Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, what I want to talk about are the skills that you actually need to learn in order to hit the 10K a month mark, because all skills are not created equal. And so what I've done is I've basically broken these down into two things, which you have compounding skills and extrapolated skills. And there's a huge difference between these two things. But before I start talking about these different skill sets, this is the game of infinite leverage. It starts from understanding the difference between these two things, because if you understand these, you'll be able to get paid thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because this is the fundamental shift that I had to make in order to make 10K a month plus more. I had to understand the difference between these and realize why this is a whole bunch of noise, right? And why this is most valuable. So I know that there's a lot of people on the internet that are constantly telling you that you need to learn every single skill out there in the world, right? In order to make 100K a month or to make 50K a month. And they're telling you all this stuff and you haven't even hit 10K a month. So that feels unreachable. Like you can't reach that. Like they're too far ahead of you. So the thing is that a lot of people don't consider the fact that you might be in a much earlier stage of your journey. So that's what I want to do, is show you exactly how you can at least hit 10K a month, right? Because I know that this is something that everybody wants to accomplish, but it really starts from here. And all of this, like, I just want you to, if you're watching this video right now, I want you to just, anything that you have open, your phone, your anything that could possibly distract you from getting this value, because this is going to be $10,000 worth of value. I really want you to just close it off right now and 100% focus on this video. And if you can't focus on this video, then come back at a later time when you can focus on the video, because everything that I'm going to say here is crucial to your development when learning marketing overall. And marketing is like the most fundamental skill when it comes to business, because you need to be able to get the word out and spread the word of your business in order to grow it. And so here's the thing that you need to learn. Right? There are two different types of skills. There's compounding skills and there's extrapolated skills. Now, what are the difference between these two things, and what does this even mean? Compounding skills are skills that stack over time. They're skills that you can inherently become better in because you can practice them, right? And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, you can practice every skill. Well, that's not true, because extrapolated skills, the problem with these is that at first they start one way and then they end up changing. And they are very susceptible to change fundamentally because they change based off of whatever company or platform that you're using decides to change and update, the way that they work, right? The way that their algorithm works, or whatever the case may be. And so if we think about, an example of this, and this is just one example, when you think about Google Ads, right? Like they've updated their match types by a lot. Like their match types used to be way different when I first started. I think now you don't even have, I believe it's broad match modified. I believe they got rid of that. And that used to be one of the things that a lot of people used to rely on when it came to running their Google Ads campaigns, right? And now you can't do that anymore. And so the issue is that when you change that one thing, it makes the platform fundamentally shift. Or if you look at Facebook ads, which everyone used to rely on a whole bunch of interest targeting and not going broad and creating specific, very, very, very specific, ad sets to target people before the iOS 14 update. Well, when the iOS 14 update came out, that completely destroyed the way the marketers at that time was using the platform, and it wiped out everyone who couldn't adjust or adapt to that, and also made it harder for them to be able to track the results that they were getting for their clients. And so this also brought down the value of what they were given. And so the difference between these two skills is that compounding skills are valuable for life and extrapolated skills are valuable for a moment. And so that's why you really need to understand these and need to be able to make the differentiation between them, right? Because compounding skills allows you to take full control over your life and have the freedom that you want. Because if you continuously do these things, you can actually get better over time, right? The problem with things like, and don't get me wrong, like these skills are still very valuable, like Google Ads, SEO, any type of TikTok ads, whatever, right? Like TikTok is about to get banned. That's going to change. There's some people that have agencies that's entirely relied on TikTok, right? Extrapolated skill. It's going to get banned. And when it's banned, what are these people going to do? Now they have to scramble to go figure out how to use something like YouTube or how to use something like Facebook ads, and they have to relearn all of the things that they learned about the platform on another platform that operates in a completely different way. And even if there's some similarities, there's still some differences. And so if they make one mistake, that could cost thousands and thousands of dollars for their clients, and then their clients will fire them, right? And so that's the thing. Like, you have to... So that's the thing, right? So like what you have to realize is that... Wrong marker. Oh, let's just use the black one. This one's really hard to open. Okay, so you have to realize that these skills that are for the moment are not the ones that's going to make you... I mean, they'll make you money. But like the moment these skills die, right? The moment this is done, like the moment a platform changes, it's... you have to like scramble to figure out something completely new, and it's basically death to the marketer, right? And so like anybody who's relying on this as a way of living, what you have to realize is that these skills are typically tactical, right? So you use Facebook for a specific reason, but it has its differences than SEO, which has its differences than paid ads, which has its differences than whatever else. Insert, tactic here, right? But these are like way more fundamental. And so like one of the things that I'll tell you about is like communication skills, for example, right? And so like why is communication important? Well, it's because, first of all, if a change over here happens, then you can still communicate to your clients what's happening. And if you can communicate this to your clients, then it's easy for you to make a pivot because you fundamentally was able to attack the thing that ultimately would have cost you to lose this client. And so like if you want to maintain your clients, if you want to retain your clients, you have to be good at this. But then you also have to be good at this because if you cannot explain what your strategy is, if you cannot articulate yourself, then no one is going to want to hire you. And it doesn't matter how good you are at any of these. If you can't do this, no one is going to see your value. And also, the other thing is that when you get better at this is something that you can improve over time because you can constantly practice this. Guys, look at my videos from years ago. I was terrible at speaking. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I could not speak. I'm still practicing, but I'm getting way better. Like, if you watch my videos from 5 years ago, I was terrible, right? And so I practiced this over and over and over again. I practiced this through making videos on YouTube. I practiced this through speaking to clients. I practiced this through sales. And I created frameworks for myself, right? And the thing is that once you find a framework that works, you can constantly use it over and over again because it stacks. Because at the end of the day, this is tied to human connection, right? Like this is tied to humans, not to a platform. And like the moment you realize that all the skills that's tied to humans, the moment you learn all the skills that's tied to humans, you start to realize how important these are in general. And so that allows you to show way more value, guys. Like I'm telling you, like the architect is way more important than the builder, right? Because the architect is the person who has the plans that's sitting at their desk and mapping out everything. And the builder builds. And without the architect, the builder can't build, right? And so you need to stop looking at things through the lens of being a builder and start looking at things through the lens of being an architect. But obviously, in order to be an architect, you have to have multiple skills to be able to craft this stuff, right? And so there's other skills that are compounding skills that you can learn. And the thing is that if you really want to learn these, all the things that I've learned, the things that have allowed me to make, hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing. I have an ebook that's going to be $20, guys. For the last, over $100,000 generated in a $20 ebook, right? You'll be able to learn all of the rest of the skills that's going to allow you to get more familiar with these compounding skills and actually develop them so that you can get, you can get further and make more money. And so, like, don't be these guys, because these guys, they're going to go extinct. You want to be over here with the winning team. All of the best marketers that you know are doing this, right? And if you do decide that you want to be someone who's fixated on algorithms, then become a coder, because a coder is a little bit different, right? A coder has to architect and build at the same time, right? But like, if you're in the game of marketing, you have to understand that the game of marketing is the game of people. There's no such thing as B2B, it's B2P, right? And B2P just stands for business to people. Okay? That's what you're in the game of. So if this makes sense to you, I'll leave a link to my ebook in the down below, and you can go get it and learn all this stuff, because I'm telling you, when I started learning this, that's when my life started to change. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.